they want to spread it, and they want other people to believe like they believe. I mean, you could say Hitler was a belief system too. You can say the Ku Klux Klan is a racist. I mean,
A belief system.
Trump is a belief system. Trump is a dangerous belief system. Yeah. So I just tell them, well, I'm glad you find this good. Thank you very much. I don't, I need to get on with my day. Yeah, there's no way to argue with these people. I mean, it's not a matter of rationality.
In Japan, what do you got? What is it?
They're not, I mean, Japanese are not Jehovah's Witnesses.
Not Buddhas? Buddha, no.
For the most part, Japanese are just into making money right now, getting through the day. Because it's so expensive. Just like here, the housing problem, the French, the corporate, their jobs, they're not that happy with the jobs. They work themselves to death, and then they get old, and then the biggest problem now with seniors is housing in Japan, because the young people have four parents to take care of, and they can't possibly do it with their kids too. So there's a lot of homeless seniors. It's not the young people, it's the seniors.
How long you been in America?
All my life, really, because I got here when I was 18 months old.
Ah, okay.
Right after the war, my parents were in the U.S. Army, stationed over there. They were from the U.S., Japanese Americans from the U.S.
Ah, okay.
And then they were sent over to work in the war criminal courts, war crimes courts against the Japanese. The U.S. had courts after the war. They had courts in Germany against Hitler. Any of the German soldiers, they put people in jail if they found out they were involved in those in the camps, setting up the camps. Well, in Japan, if they found out you were Japanese, you were in the army, and you worked against the U.S., there were certain war criminals, the higher up ones, the ones that ordered the bombings of the submarines and the
Pearl Harbor, you mean?
Yeah, like Pearl Harbor. So my father was in the U.S. Army, but he knew how to speak Japanese. So they recruited these guys in the Army, U.S. Army, to go after the war and work in the war tribunal. But mostly what they did is stand around and drink coffee, because they didn't want to put these guys in jail. A lot of them were conscripted into the Army, forced to do what they were supposed to do. Just like the U.S. was, pulling soldiers into the Army too. Some didn't want to go, but the young guys, they needed to go. We're lucky right now, they're not forcing the young people to go to the Middle East. You can join the army if you want.
Iran.
Yeah. Iran, Iraq. I mean, imagine how you feel if you were sent to Africa. Or if you were sent somewhere where there's a large black population. Kind of a tricky thing. Because, for the most part, when my parents were there, the Japanese hated people in the American Army. They were making things rough for them in the cities, bombing the city. They didn't have water, they didn't have soap, they didn't have food, they didn't have money, they didn't have jobs anymore. It was a mess. So, in a way, it was rough on everybody.
And you can speak Japanese?
I can't.
Oh, you can't.
My mother was born in Cleveland, and her mother was Irish. Her father was Japanese.
Okay.
So she didn't learn any. You mostly learn your language from your mother. You learn how. The person you speak with at home is generally feminine, female. The and then I'm working in the older days. See, I'm in my late 70s, so that's how it was then. But nowadays, a lot of the women who are coming here, even though they're at home more than the men maybe at the start, they have to work too, so they're learning English very fast. The women from other countries. Yeah, anyway, my grandfather was Japanese, my grandmother was Irish. That was a different kind of growing up than my father had. My father had 2 Japanese parents, so he learned how to speak Japanese.
What is the language called?
Japanese.
Oh, okay. It's
Yeah.
not like
And
Cantonese
the
or Mandarin.
religions there can be like Shinto, and they can be, what is the other one? Buddhism.
Okay, Buddhism.
Yeah, but it's more, they're not really so religious. Those religions are more like cultural practices. Like when there's funerals, this is how it goes. People don't listen to it. They're not the same, it's not the same thing as here, people get all wrapped up in church. It's very moving and everybody has to believe this way and you listen to the minister and there's sinners and there's righteousness and all of this. But in Japan, it's a little different. It's more or less for rituals.
You been there?
Well, I was born there, and then I went back when I went as
So you came over here at 18 months.
18 months, so I didn't know anything. I don't remember anything about it. From when
I'm talking about as an adult. You never really been there?
But I went back as an adult.
Oh, you did go
I
back.
traveled for 3 months.
Oh, that's it.
When I was about 24.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I went all around the islands, the different islands, and I went by train. And they had these places called youth hostels. And you could travel easily for $10 a day in those days. Nowadays, probably $200 a day.
So you would have been born a little bit after the atomic bomb,
Yeah,
right around that time.
right. And then some of my Japanese American friends, they were born in the incarceration camps here. Because, when the war broke out, they put all the Japanese Americans in camps. But my mother was in New York at the time, and they didn't put people in New York in camps. But in California, they did. Took away their property and put you in camps. So that was a very hard thing on a lot of people. But my father was already out of college. They took him out of Berkeley, UC Berkeley, right when he was supposed to graduate. So he couldn't go to his graduation after 4 years in university. And they put him in camp. So these guys in the camp, they're in their 20s. They're going, hanging around this place. It's like a jail, So they volunteered to go pick potatoes in Idaho. There were all the men from Idaho, the farmers, were off to the war. So the potatoes were rotting in the fields. So the U.S. government said, hey, we'll give you guys a special deal if you want to go and pick potatoes. Well, we don't really want to pick potatoes, but we don't want to stand around here looking at everybody behind bars. So yeah, so they volunteered to go, and they picked potatoes for a while, and then they found there were jobs in the U.S. Army had a language school up in Minnesota. It's still there, and they have one in Monterey, California. So when they need people in the Army who speak like they're people in Iran or Iraq, I don't know I think it's called Farsi. Or if they need people to go undercover in Africa or China, they got to have people learn these languages like a native. So they have the Army has language schools. And so they sent my dad, because he had some abilities already, to language school. He had to learn a little bit more about reading in Japanese. But for the most part, they'll tell you, a lot of the guys that stand around, smoke and drink coffee all day. You know, they're in the army. If they were in that kind of position. And then they sent some people undercover to go, check out some of the villages and make sure things were going right, because the U.S. was in charge of certain kinds of parts of government when everything was falling apart in Japan. And then the U.S. gradually pulled out of Japan, and it was left back to the Japanese.
I hear they're not having a lot of children out there in Japan.
No, they can't afford them.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. I mean, if you have an apartment with 6 tatamis, okay? A tatami is like a single bed cot.
Mm-hmm.
So 6, this is like a little bigger than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these blocks.
Oh, that's small.
Yeah,
Maybe
that's
small
small.
people.
Right, small. Lucky they're small people.
Yeah.
Condensed. Keep your family condensed. Huh? I'm going to take this bus. Are you taking it?
No, I'm not. I'm just walking. I'm waiting. I'll be here for 2 hours.
Okay. Oh, sorry.
I'm in a semi.
Bye. Bye, Greg. Hey there.
Thanks for the conversation,
All right.
Janet.
Okay, bye-bye now.
You take care.
Oh, did I get... No, what about... Oh.